The Surma gather in the village of Dijari to celebrate the Killonga in memory of the dead. An enclosure for the cattle was built on the outskirts of the village for the ceremony. The Killonga ensures that the souls of the dead warriors will always be present in the village. They will look after the community as long as the Surma exist. The dead are summoned by trumpeting through an elephant tusk. The hut on which the warriors are dancing represents the symbolic dwelling of the deceased. The spirits of the dead warriors are appeased. The Donga can take place. Wole Kiwo and his men prepare for combat with fighters from other villages. The designs have no meaning. They're purely ornamental. Each one has confidence in the imagination of his comrades. Surma subject their bodies to rough and painful tests. They train them to serve the group without weakening, scorning all suffering. The young men of the Kibish Valley and the surrounding mountains gather in the clearing chosen by the witch doctor. Hundreds of warriors, pacing impatiently, parade through the clearing, bearing the banners of their villages. The Surma have observed soldiers hoisting the Ethiopian flag. They liked the ceremony and have improvised flags. Valiant fighters, those determined to fight, are carried on their comrades' shoulders. Some fighters wear makeshift armor, which they've patiently made while guarding the herds. Shields for the wrist, made of braided straw. Helmets made of plant fiber. Some wear oxtails, severed during raids to steal the enemy's cattle. The Donga weapon is a flexible pole 2 meters 20 long. The tip has been carved into the shape of a phallus. The warriors parade about prior to the fights to daunt the adversary. They challenge one another, size each other up, searching for the Achilles heel in the other's expression. The Donga is not a tournament. No one wins or loses. The only thing that matters is the confrontation, skill, and endurance. Each fighter expects and awaits the wound that will brand his flesh with the mark of courage and forcefulness. The skin bursts on impact. The bones break. Sometimes an internal organ is injured, and death follows after 1 or 2 days of agony. The fighters do not worry about this. Scars received during the Donga demonstrate the man's readiness to sacrifice his life for his people, as countless lineages of ancestors did. blood irrigates the existence of the Surma. They drink it, derive nourishment from it, let it flow abundantly. The stick fight is a metaphor for an existence revolving around combat. The Surma, men and women, must fight throughout their lives against enemies, against a climate that causes pain, against diseases that strike man and beast. The blood which they spread profusely is the blood of life, turbulent and obstinate. The powerful, determined blood of the Surma is the blood that our common ancestors, who first surfaced in this very place, handed down 195,000 years ago. Once the drought is over, the majority of Boomi return to the Sudan. Yet bands of warriors remain in the plain. They harass the Surma, killing in broad daylight. Dishmoy is exasperated.
The
Boomi attack us. They kill here, in our valley. They want our land. We have nowhere to go. We must live and die on our land. What are you waiting for? Why don't you run our enemies off our land? There are many of them, but there are many of us. Why are you letting them do this? Why don't you fight? Why? Why?
You must find them and kill them. Your weapons are not water. You must use them. They fire bullets like those used by your enemies. Load your weapons. Kill our enemies.
Attacking the warrior's self-esteem is one of the Comoros' traditional techniques. Dishmoy's scathing words have galvanized his men. The Surma confide their battle cry to the winds, and the winds carry it within earshot of the Boomi. The battle cry is, "The Surma are armed. Shudder, yes, shudder, for if they run into you along their path, the Surma will kill you." The enemy has received the message. He has abandoned Surma land. He is retreating to the Sudan. War subsides for a period of time, but tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, it will break out once again. Wole Kiwo and his men keep watch over the confines of Surma territory. The warriors have been keeping watch for thousands of years. They will protect their unique people for as long as they live.